Hi Bianca, how are you? Thank you for taking
Uh,
time out and speaking to us.
Hey, I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Firstly, you will be facing Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch at WWE Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. There's a big fight feel to it. What are your thoughts on the match?
I'm just excited to have the match. For one, I'm excited to have another chance at getting the SmackDown Miss Championship since I was this close to beating Becky Lynch at Extreme Rules and Sasha Banks came in. So at least I'm getting another chance. It's going to be a little bit harder because now I have to go against two women. But I'm even more excited to be coming to Saudi Arabia. I know it'd be the third women's match ever there. It'd be the first ever triple threat for women. So to be in the ring with Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, I'm excited to be there, be in Saudi Arabia, just showing representation and, you know, making change, not just in the ring, but outside the ring. So I just feel very fortunate and blessed to be a part of that moment and a part of that stamp in history.
Talking about the same thing, you and Sasha created history at WrestleMania when you main evented WrestleMania Night One in a fantastic match. And then now you are fighting for title in Saudi Arabia in triple threat match, first women's triple threat match in Saudi. How does it feel to you knowing you are an inspiration for so many young kids, especially girls all around the world?
That's what this is about. I feel like in WWE, I always try to find my why, my purpose of why I do what I do. So for me, it's definitely my why is the representation and being a role model for everyone out there. Anyone that looks to me is finds inspiration. That's what this is about. Even with WrestleMania, that was the big thing of being representation. Coming to Saudi Arabia, being representation for other women and young girls. I always say I think about the role models that I had when I was a little girl. They really taught me how big I could dream. They really made me see that I could do things that maybe I didn't think that I could do before. And because of them, I went and did what I did in life, and I am where I am now. So to know that I might have that same impact on other little girls or boys, it doesn't matter, whoever that finds inspiration, that's really what this is about. And it's a bigger purpose to all of this than just going out there and winning or becoming champion. It's about inspiring everybody.
Who were your role models when you decided to enter the world of professional wrestling and WWE? Who were your role model in your when you were young?
Oh, for me, I didn't really watch a whole lot of wrestling growing up. I started watching it once I got into WWE. So when I was a little girl, my role models, I ran track, were FloJo, Girl Divers. I did gymnastics. I want to be Dominique Dawes. But I think the amazing part about role models is you don't just have role models when you're a kid. So my role models for WWE was when I got older. When I was 27 years old, I was still being inspired by women like Jacqueline and Beth Phoenix. So those were my role models once I got into WWE as far as women are concerned.
And you recently moved to Raw, and one of your major opponents from NXT, Rhea Ripley, is there. So, any chances of reigniting a feud with her once again?
Oh, anytime I get in the ring with Rhea Ripley, I'm excited. The whole ending of the Royal Rumble, I was so excited about that because it was Rhea Ripley and I felt like we were able to showcase what the future has to hold at the end of Royal Rumble. And we went on to, she became Raw Miss Champion. I became SmackDown Miss Champion, and we really gave everybody a taste of it. So to know that we're on the same brand and we can get in the ring together again, make magic, and just really showcase this new era. I feel like the women's wrestling that's coming through and peeking through. I just can't wait to create magic with Rhea Ripley again. She's amazing. I've loved Rhea since NXT. We came up together. NXT, we kind of came up together on Raw and SmackDown, and we're still on our way. So Rhea's amazing and she's special. And anytime that I can get in the ring with her, I'm excited about it.
Talking about NXT, what are your where you had like an unforgettable run, where you developed this EST character, which is like one of the best at this point. So, what are your thoughts on the revamped NXT show and the new women talent that is coming up on the roster right now?
Oh, as far as NXT, I'm all about NXT because that was where I learned everything. That was my home. I'm an NXT homegrown talent. NXT is amazing. They know how to make superstars. They know how to really, they became the third brand at one point and now they're revamping everything. They know how to really build superstars. And now that you see those superstars coming up into Raw and SmackDown, you see Tegan Knox and Shotzi and Tony Storm. Aaliyah just got drafted. Aaliyah, she's been working for years, and she finally got drafted. Uh, I came into the picture. Rhea Ripley came into the picture. Shayna Baszler was one of the ones that had come up from NXT a few years ago. But it's just really it's fun to see new faces. It's fun to see new talent. We have so much talent in our locker room, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT, that's just waiting to get on the scene and showcase themselves. So I'm excited for all the women that are coming, because I know what they can do. I just can't wait for the world to see what they can do.
Also, just like from the fantasy booking point of view, factions have become another major thing in the world of wrestling at this point. If you were to lead, I can totally see you leading an all-women's faction on the main roster. So if you have to lead an all-women's faction, who would you include in your faction?
My faction, my
EST
faction.
is a main roster.
I think if we could all get along, I think me, Sasha, and Naomi would be a great faction. I think that we would mesh very well together. We could work very well together. If I just can't trust Sasha. That's the thing. So we wouldn't really be a great faction right now. But I think I think that social media, I've seen that a lot on social media too, saying like they want that faction. I think it would be cool, but I don't know if it'll ever be possible because we can't get on the same page.
Talking about your SummerSlam match, a lot of fans were a little disappointed when Becky Lynch came on all of a sudden and you lost within seconds. So, what are your thoughts on that night? How that night went?
Oh, SummerSlam night, it was a whirlwind. Just so many things just happening last minute, and me thinking I'm facing Sasha. Sasha can't come, so Carmella steps in. Carmella's been the person that's been stepping in the whole time during my title reign. Her and I have been like the glue to hold this whole thing together. To then Becky Lynch coming out and facing Becky and just being completely caught off guard and not really understanding what's happening. But just going out there and being great. I just want to be great and perform well. But to lose my title that quickly was heartbreaking. It was very I was very startled, caught off guard. But for me, I just know that I want to win it back just as quickly as I lost it. And I'm just trying to make it right. I'm just, I saw all the support from all the fans afterwards, and that really lit a fire in me to go out there and make things right and win back my SmackDown Women's Championship, because it was tough. That night was tough. I'm still trying to get over that night. I don't know if I ever get over it until I get back my SmackDown Women's Championship and make it right. But I'm just waiting for that moment when I can just make it right, because it's that night. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that night at SummerSlam.
Just one final question I wanted to ask you. Queen's Crown tournament will be starting soon. It's another big step for women's division in the WWE. Will you be keeping an eye on the tournament?
On the tournament?
The Queen's Crown tournament. The Queen of the
I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that. I can't wait, because like I said, our locker room has so many talented women that are ready to showcase who they are. And I think this tournament is an amazing opportunity for them to showcase what they can do. Like I said, in locker room, we all know what we're capable of. I just can't wait for the world to see it. So I'm excited for this tournament. I feel like you're going to see a lot of breakout stars. You're going to see a new star being made. Me personally, I am rooting for Liv Morgan. I think, if she's in it, I'm not sure who all's in it, but if she's in it, I'll be rooting for Liv or Rhea Ripley. But I'm rooting for all women, but only one can win. If they're in it, I'm not sure who's all in it, but if they are, I would love to see Liv or Rhea in the tournament and one of them come out on top.
Liv versus Rhea final.
Huh? I'm sorry.
Liv versus Rhea in the final of the tournament.
Woo, that would be crazy. Yeah. That'd be a tough one.
Thank you so much, Bianca, for taking time out and speaking to us. It was a really pleasure experience to speaking to you, and you are an inspiration to everybody.
Thank you so much.